Why should we care about each other? Today, I want to discuss something that I think has been underrepresented in today's society: caring about others. In this speech, I plan on referencing a few articles from Psychology Today, the Stanford Social Innovation Review, and also the novel The Ethics of Care. I want to talk about what it means to care and how the reason that people care about others is because of something called empathy. I would also like to talk about the importance of caring for others and that making an effort is a personal responsibility that I think is a skill that people need to develop. And finally, I would like to discuss what do we do to show people that we actually care. We should care about others because it is in our nature to do so. We as a society find ourselves guilty of putting ourselves first. And it is my hope that with this speech, I spread just a bit of knowledge today, that we as a collective are capable of doing something good, showing someone else that we care. Now, I want to talk about what it means to care. Caring is not bound to something like religious beliefs. Rather, it follows more of a moral standpoint, that it is in our value of others that defines what it truly means to care. In researching this topic, I stumbled across a novel from 2005 by the author Virginia Held entitled The Ethics of Care. I found that this novel was exactly what I needed to help define my argument that we should care. Now, I'm not going to preach about how we should all change our approaches to life. Rather, I would hope that if we finish watching this speech together, we recognize that we are the authors of our own stories. And it is our responsibility to live up to our potential and show others that we care in any way that we can. Caring for others is an extremely important topic to me personally. With the rise in the mental health awareness movement, one of the more popular forms of care has become self-care. And when researching this topic of why we should care for others, all I could really find at first were articles on the importance of mental health and self-care. Taking care of ourselves has been put at the forefront of care, but that wasn't really what I was looking for today. While it is important to value our own self-worth, the importance of valuing others holds the same significance. In a Stanford Social Innovation Review article titled The Science of What Makes People Care, written by Anne Cristiano and Annie Neiman from around 2018, the first principle they discussed was joining the community. That when people want to be engaged, we have to find a way to connect with them, and we have to see how they see themselves. We have to care about their needs to truly connect with each other. And caring for others has really just been ingrained in our nature. And we can see this in humans overall, just desire to be liked. Finding the balance between self-care and caring for others is a thin line that we must walk. That too much attention to one can leave the other one missing. Caring about yourself too much can have us being seen as narcissistic or even self-centered. But caring for others too much may just become exhausting and make us a bit pessimistic. I find that this is a place where a lot of young teens find themselves in. How these young adults have yet to find proper outlets, and they essentially just become reliant on each other. That they care about each other so much to the point where they essentially become each other's therapists. And this is the balance that I think we need to find, recognizing our own limitations while still maintaining a healthy distance so as to not get overwhelmed. So what do we do when we want to show someone that we actually care? From a simple thank you to an all-out grand gesture to even a casual handshake, the display of gratitude is one of the best ways to show that we actually care. Whether that be a thank you to someone who held a door or simply just paying attention when someone's telling a story, the act of showing that we care is just as important as actually caring. Now, this next point isn't something surface level that people can essentially fake, but feeling genuine compassion and empathy is necessary for proving that we care for others. And in caring, it's also important to understand our own limits, especially the limits of what we can offer. Now, this leads again to the discussion of self-care, but today I'm more focused on caring for others and overall just caring in general. Paul Anderson and Sarah Conrath actually discussed the importance of empathy in their article in Psychology Today that they originally posted in 2011. Touching on how empathy may be on a decline among college students, they wrote, quote, that empathy doesn't make a person an easy target. When used with skill, empathy can be used to balance the needs of others, and showing that we care does not make us weak. It has been apparent that in today's society, people, especially towards men, are being told that emotion can be seen as weakness. But if you leave here having learned anything, I hope that it's that caring is the opposite of weakness. That setting aside all differences and all dispositions is one of the greatest strengths that mankind has. We as a species wouldn't have made it this far if our ancestors hadn't had the no man left behind mentality. It is in our nature to care for others, and it is our responsibility to live up to that.